number of COVID-19 cases continues to rise globally and right here in Guyana. Therefore, we encourage everyone to practice social distancing, wear a mask if you have to leave your homes, and wash your hands thoroughly and frequently as we strive to stop the spread of the virus. Welcome to InfoHub for Tuesday, June 9. Thanks for joining us. Teachers and auxiliary staff are back in school, preparing for the students' return on Monday. InfoHub visited several schools to check on the measures they're implementing. Let's take a look.
A second day of preparation got underway on Tuesday to ensure that students return to a safe environment to sit their various examinations. At the Queen's College, head teacher Jackie Ralph explained that with over 300 CSEC and CAPE candidates, the school has designated 4 quarantine areas along with a large waiting area and has collaborated with the Ministry of Public Health to have on-call doctors to tend to any emergency situation that may arise.
I decided to report to school and to assist with the monitoring and supervision of the cleaning staff as they prepare for the reopening of school.
Queen's College has arranged furniture in all of its classrooms that will be used for exams 6 feet apart.
When the students arrive at the institution, they will be tested at the gates. We have 2 gates. We have on Thomas Road and we also have on Camp Street. So we will test them with the thermometer.
Meanwhile, at the Kingston Secondary School, business and mathematics teacher Claude Wilkinson noted that supporting his students is his top priority.
Basically, we're here today because of the fact that it's mandatory for us to be here to support the kids due to the fact that they have to be prepared to write and pass the CXC examination. Even though we have our reservations, we have to be here.
Other teachers and staff disclosed that although they all have reasonable concerns, they are doing their best to keep themselves and students safe and healthy.
I'm here today to give my support to the staff of Kingston Secondary School as we prepare the children for the CXC examination. I'm here today along with my staff to prepare the building for classes to resume from the 15th. And so we're here to ensure that all of the protocols and arrangements are put in place to accommodate our students in a safe environment.
Auxiliary staff at various schools weighed in on why they are intent on helping students to have a safe environment.
I work at Queen's College. I'm here interested with the children them. The reason why, because after I the CSEC and CXC, and we're very interested with doing the subjects.
We are here today from since last week preparing for the continuation of the common entrance supposed to begin from next month, the 1st and the 2nd. So we are here just to clean up the classrooms and make sure that the teachers are here too yesterday and to fix the classroom, as you could see, 6 feet apart, inclined with the task force social distancing. As you could see, we are still in the process of doing the finishing touches of the school, all ready for Monday morning.
Schools are set to reopen on Monday, June 15, for students sitting the NGSA, CSEC, and CAPE. Natisha Isaacs for InfoHub.
The National COVID-19 Task Force has given the green light for the phased reopening of the country's airports. Details from Shaquille Bourne.
Director General of the Guyana Civil Aviation Authority, Lieutenant Colonel Egbert Field, made the disclosure recently. GCAA on Monday submitted the 4-stage blueprint to 48 local, regional, and international stakeholders.
Not only did they go away with the recommendation, they were able to make some very, very valuable contributions that we will be looking at, not only now, but in the near future, to see how we can take aviation into the post-COVID period.
Phase 1 of the blueprint began on June 1. This planning phase led to the development of standard operating procedures, SOPs, to ensure health, safety, and security at the nation's airports. Phase 2 will come on stream as of July 1 and is expected to be set into a higher gear with travel permitted for diplomats and foreign workers. It will also see an increase in repatriation flights while moving towards the resumption of regional and international travel. With Phase 2 ending at the end of July, Phase 3 will commence in August, paving the way for more travel of foreign nationals and the persons in the tourism and business sectors. Phase 4 is expected to commence by year end and will take off into 2021. Throughout all phases, the Director General noted there will be continuous engagement with all stakeholders to make adjustments where necessary. On March 18, Guyana closed its airports to international travel to reduce the spread of COVID-19. The emergency measures that include the closure of the airports have been extended to June 17. Shaquille Bourne, for InfoHub.
Professor Paloma Mohamed Martin has been appointed as the 11th Vice Chancellor of the University of Guyana after a year-long search. She will be the first woman to hold the post. The university has been operational for 57 years and has had 10 male vice chancellors since its inception. Professor Mohamed Martin has served as the chair of the Transitional Management Committee and the deputy vice chancellor responsible for philanthropy, alumni, and civic engagement, as well as a professor for behavioral sciences for many years. She has been educated at the University of Guyana, Harvard University, and the University of the West Indies, St. Augustine. Professor Mohamed Martin has also served as the director of the Center for Communication Studies and dean of the Faculty of Social Sciences at the University of Guyana. The formal appointment was made on Tuesday by Chancellor Edward Green via email to the staff of the University of Guyana. With the completion of the physical recount of votes cast at the March 2 general and regional elections, the Guyana Elections Commission has moved on to the second phase of the process, which will be undertaken by the Chief Elections Officer. Here is Alexis Rodney with that story.
In line with the National Recount Order, Chief Elections Officer Keith Lowenfield is now in the process of compiling a report of the recount, which includes all valid votes cast in the elections. The CEO's report will also include the observation report emanating from the 10 electoral districts under review. According to the gazetted recount order, the Commission, upon receipt of the CEO's report, will deliberate and will advise whether the CEO should use the data to compile another report that could be used for the declaration of credible results. As it stands, the Commission has not yet declared a winner of the March 2, 2020 general and regional elections, as it still has to determine the credibility of that process. The National Recount, a request by His Excellency President David Granger, is aimed at establishing whether the votes cast on March 2 were done in a fair, free, and credible manner. Based on the recount and the host of irregularities unearthed, the APNU AFC coalition believes that the process was in no way credible. A summary of the irregularities has shown close to 8,000 instances of fraud, affecting 1,222 of the 2,339 ballot boxes. Together, a total of 257,173 votes have been affected, the government has calculated. Discovered during the recount too was the absence of some 540 certificates of employment and 1,337 oaths of identity. Due to the missing poll books, there are some 932 unverifiable oaths. There are also some 36 official lists of electors that are missing. The recount has also uncovered 560 unstamped ballots and 528 missing poll books. 63 persons who are dead were discovered to have voted, along with 4,171 persons who were out of the country during that time. 326 persons without any form of ID were also allowed to vote. The coalition is adamant that in the name of transparency and fairness, the Guyana Elections Commission cannot use the affected votes to declare the process free and fair. It has cited the instances of the lower east coast of the Marara, where a total 41 ballot boxes were tabulated, although the votes in those boxes have so far not been validated. The Commission has so far been unable to find any of the statutory documents to determine the validity of those ballots. On Sunday, Chief Commissioner Vincent Alexander said there is sufficient evidence before the Commission that suggests that the March 2 elections were not credible. For InfoHub, Alexis Rodney.
More news after this short break. Stay with us.
This is Tamika with a message from my people. We don't know when COVID-19 will go, so for now better stay at home. Oh, we don't know, so let we try and cope. Sanitize or use a soap. Oh, I won't stop, and don't you stop. Responsibility is what you've got to self-preserve the health you've got. Good hygiene, we need to all adapt. I won't stop, don't you stop. Stay away from crowds cause it's way too packed. We all should stay 3 feet away, and in time we make this fire stop.
This is a message from Tamika Marshall and the Ministry of Public Health in collaboration with PAHO WHO.
Thanks for staying with us. Let's tell you now that amid the COVID-19 pandemic, a Region 2 farmer of 10 years is looking at innovative ways of selling his produce on the local market. Details from Guyana, George.
In an interview with InfoHub, Oscar Richmond, owner of Green Diamond Farm and Foods, said his plan B to keep generating an income during the coronavirus pandemic involves supplying his produce to wholesalers and manufacturers.
This is a plan I have embarked on, knowing fully well that one cannot wait for the pandemic to be over, then to come up with a plan. So more than likely, once everything goes as planned, the venture that I'm currently in would somewhat catapult me out of the economic distress the pandemic has brought upon my business.
His produce is being sold to wholesalers at the charity market in Region 2, while some are processed, packed and delivered to supermarkets on the Essequibo Coast and Georgetown. The businessman said given the current state of things, he is paying additional attention to basic hygiene practices as he encouraged others to do the same.
Practicing basic hygiene is of utmost importance in our everyday life and should never be compromised or taken lightly. These are a few areas in the health and safety aspect of my operation I plan to improve or strengthen after the pandemic.
Richmond cultivates coconuts, avocados, plantains, breadfruit, cassava, peppers, and other citrus fruits on his more than 15 acres of land in Region 2. For InfoHub, Ayanna George.
The Guyana Oil Company Limited on Monday donated several hygiene products and food items to the Guyana Red Cross Children's Convalescent Home as part of its COVID-19 relief program. Public Relations Officer Lynessa John Forbes donated the items on behalf of the company. She noted that the company prides itself on giving back through its CSR program. The Children's Convalescent Home, located in Durban Backlands, is a community outreach program of the Guyana Red Cross Society. CCH provides residential care and support for children aged 5 and under. The administrator of CCH, Edwin Edmore, expressed gratitude for the timely contribution as the country battles the coronavirus pandemic. Remember to do your part to ensure you do not put yourself at risk during this time. If you have a cough, fever, and difficulty breathing, seek medical care early, but call the hotline first. Also, the curfew remains in effect until June 17. That's all for today. Connect with us on all our social media platforms, including WhatsApp, Facebook, YouTube, and Instagram, as we bring you the latest and important news related to COVID-19 and much more. Also, subscribe to our website, dpi.gov.gy. Your Bird Report is up next. Goodbye for now.